Ryan and I spoke, we will try to have a different series just to get everybody, like one in the weekend and one in the afternoon, like around 12 or 2 p.m. or lunchtime and whatnot. Ryan and I spoke, we will try to have, okay, so I'm muting myself. Okay. Okay, so with that being said, before we start, my name is Letitia Nolte, from Expanding Bodies International. I am from Ghana. And so that's just a little bit as we go over the presentation and stuff, you get to know more about me. So before we start, I would like to know who I have on the team. I know two people for now, but I want everybody to kindly introduce themselves and where you are connecting from today. So we will start with Adrian. Ms. Jackson, can you hear? Okay, anybody that is available can go ahead. Okay. Anyone that is available?
Hi, Letitia. I didn't
Hi.
understand your question, my dear.
Oh,
You said
sorry.
on the team, so I was wondering maybe the team, EBI team, correct? Not
No, I
those
was
of us who.
saying that
Oh,
anyone, we were doing introduction.
oh,
Of,
okay, okay,
yes. And so it was
good.
just your, of course, we already know your name, but where you are connecting from and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Abina, and I'm also from Ghana, and I'm here in the US as well. I'm in the DMV area, and I live in Silver Spring specifically. And I've been connected to Letitia for quite a long time now. And I am very, very honored to learn a little more about the program and also to see how we can all support. So thank you.
Thank you. So, Mrs. Ryan.
Hi, Mrs. Ryan. We do work with Letitia. We're one of her partners to help get young people exposed to the great opportunity that she has been working very hard with. Our daughter was able to, and one of her best friends was able to participate this past summer. It was a phenomenal experience. And so we're here, and I'm hoping to be able to go over to Ghana and support on the motherland as well.
Thank you. And so anyone, Shatrice? Okay, sorry.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, family. How you doing?
Hi.
Baby, can you take the blur off? They need to see my lovely face. Peace and blessings, family. How's everyone doing?
We are good.
My name is Reverend Brandon Montague, and this is my lovely wife, Shantrice Montague. And what was the other question? I just walked in, so please forgive me.
Where you're connecting from right now?
Right now we're connecting from Baltimore, Maryland.
Awesome.
Well, more so Randallstown, Maryland.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, family.
I guess Adrian is not available, so we will just start from now. So, like I said, I'm from Ghana. I was in Ghana, what was it, 3 weeks? It felt so long. And I'm happy to be back, even though it's one of those things, it's like you miss it, you miss being home, and on top of it too, you you want to be back here because your family, everybody's here for the most part. So for starters, let me present and present. Okay. So present of you. Okay. Present. Okay. So the Ghana program, I try to put this real quick, but any questions that you have, definitely you can message me, call me. It doesn't really matter. And so with that being said, the dates for the Ghana Study Abroad program is going to be July 6th to July 19th. And in the past, we did like a 12-day program where it's like we use that extra 2 days to travel and then 10 days inland, right? But this time around, we've added a little bit extra days, and I will explain later for you as we continue from there. And as we are going, any questions that you have, please ask. So about our organization, we started this organization, I would say, on the campus of Morgan State University. And I had the chance to do a study abroad to China. And so when I came back, I had the chance to share my experience with my Morgan community. And I learned that many of them don't know about the opportunities when it comes to study abroad, intern abroad, and all that stuff. And so through this sharing my experience from the Gilman International Scholarship, I have had a chance to meet with what's it called, First Lady Michelle Obama. I've had a chance to meet with the First Lady of China back then, which was in 2011 or so. And so, and it's not only that, I've met a lot of great men and women around the world globally. And this program has opened amazing doors for me. I had a chance to even, I think it was like last year, see, I did my study abroad in 2008, right? And last year, I had like a full program, my flights, accommodation, everything was taken care of. I had a chance to go and visit or engage with World Bank, engage with what is it called? Not IMF, Oxfam, State Department, and I'm still part of the State Department group where we chat, and I'm even working on taking some kids over there for the summer program, all for the one study abroad program. And so when I came back with sharing and talking about it, I said I'm from Ghana and I'm a naturalized citizen. So sharing and seeing that many of my communities don't understand the amazing opportunities that are out there when it comes to traveling and studying abroad. That is how ABI came into place. And so Mrs. Ryan, which is a Ryan Institute, we've been going all the way back to 2015, where we would do college and career fair to share study abroad programs. We've gone to schools, churches, organizations, just to talk about study abroad opportunities and stuff like that. And as time went by, from the data we collected from the community, we have these programs that I will share more about it later. And so to say that our organization, our mission is to really bridging the gap, removing barriers when it comes to STEM education, or we call ourselves STEAM because we believe in the arts, which is like collaboration, relationship, and everything that no matter what your skill sets are, you need to have our people skills. And that's when we work with our kids. So we have an after school program that we work with kids in Baltimore and also in Carroll County and Ghana. And then we have our passport program that we are thinking about pausing for now from next year going because the demand is so high and the funding is not coming through. But we've been awarding high school and college students their first US passport. And we take our kids on cultural focused field trip. And this was us at the Japanese embassy. And so every summer during the summer break, I will go to Ghana, come back, and then still do this with the kids where they get to have and I'll say country, what is it, inside or DC area or the DMV area, they get to visit an embassy. And because we believe that you don't have to travel outside the US to still be culturally exposed. And some of our Ghana programs that we offer in Ghana, we have about 7 hubs in Ghana that we serve, over 200 kids in Ghana that we serve. So just a little bit about our organization. And so I talk about the STEAM program is between the Ghana kids and the US kids, our City Explorer, City Abroad program that we are about to talk today, and then of course our passport program. If anyone knows Miss Brown is a Baltimore native. She was my history teacher. Without her, I would have not gone to China. And so we named the passport program after her because to me, she was my passport to China. And so that's why we choose to honor her for her selfless help in helping me to navigate the whole crazy study abroad space. I just saw a text. Okay, hi, Mr. Sam. Mr. Sam is one of our team members. And so here's a few pictures of our students. Advocacy, we go to schools. And so if you have a school that you want us to come, we will pick a destination and through Google Earth, the kids will get to travel. And we try to expose the youth to as many opportunities as possible. This was them in the White House and the kids working on different countries or being an ambassador, then our STEM program, and then we have our international food tasting. I am looking to bring it to Baltimore City if we get a venue, but this has been a Carroll County event and it's all based on the venue. So if we get a venue, we will host one in Carroll, also Baltimore City. So now to the Ghana program. And if you have any question, you can let me know. So the Ghana program, I added an internship because some of the college students, they might be in need of internship, right? They might be in need of internship. And so we added that option for them that if they are looking for internship opportunities while they are also studying abroad in Ghana, we will give them that chance to do that. And so the question will be, why Ghana? One, I'm from Ghana. Secondly, when I'll share with data is that many times when people are looking for a place to study abroad, they are looking for mostly the majority of destinations are mostly in Europe. And so we are trying to shift that focus, okay? Then on top of it too, they say Ghana is a gateway of Africa, and it's not like a just people are saying it. I know many other African countries say, oh, it's the gateway and all that stuff. But the reason why Ghana is a gateway of Africa is the fact that one, it's the first West African nation to gain independence. One. Secondly, from history after history after history, we have moved in peace. Like one of the most peaceful nations in Africa is Ghana. On top of it, too, when we talk about Pan-Africanism, we are the pioneers, what's it called? I don't know how to explain. We are the Pan-Africanists. There's Kwame Nkrumah, Doribi, Du Bois, all those pioneers who have been pushing for the Black excellence and stuff like that. A majority of them started from Ghana. And so when we say we are the gateway, is because of how we have been the first in a lot of great things in the diaspora and also back home in Ghana and Africa in general. And so that is why we say that Ghana is what? The gateway. And then, of course, the way we have preserved our history, when we talk about slave trade and stuff, the story of slave trade or during the slave trade is not told the same across the whole African region and stuff like that. But Ghana have done a good job to be able to allow our brothers and sisters from the diaspora to really, really immerse themselves and experience what it means to be in Ghana or be in Africa and learn about the slave trade. So our program, one thing is about it is the practical language skills. I would say that if you don't speak Twi, if your child don't speak English, what's it called, Twi, or the local language, it's not a problem because the official language is English in Ghana. And so Mrs. Ryan, the daughter can tell you that many times I had to force the Ghana kids, to teach or to talk, to say Twi and stuff to our American students and stuff like that. And then we try to showcase languages like words and their meaning every morning, what we are focusing on and stuff like that. And then they get to have that cultural knowledge where we went to, and I'll show some pictures with you guys very soon. We went to different like we give them history of the Ghana history before, presently, and then where they see Ghana going from whatever their viewpoint as a student is, right? And so that's one of the stuff that they gain, that cultural knowledge, not only about Blacks, not only about Ghanaians, but also about the story behind slave trade, the story behind slavery, and the story of what really, really happened the before, the during and the after. I think we get the student get to understand, and then they get to blend in. How does African Americans connect with Ghanaians? Many of us don't understand that for Africans to gain independence, the power and the resources and the strength came from African Americans here in the United States. Okay. And so we share with our students that they are not just how do I say this? They are not just an ordinary, random Black person. Yeah.
I said my pop.
Sorry.
Ice.
Okay, can I finish my meeting, guys? If you guys are done, go and take a shower, please. Sorry, guys. So it's not like they are some random American kid, but their history is really rooted in the soil of Africa. And so we allow them to really connect about what it means to be American, what it means to be Black American. And then on top of it, the contribution that Black Americans have been making, not just here in America, but globally. So they get to have that experience. And of course, personal growth. We've had some incident where there was some crazy misunderstanding, and one of the parents called like panicking. I'm like, no, like it is part of life, They get to really be uncomfortable, being comfortable because you are away from home, emotions are high, you're gonna miss your bed, you're gonna miss that what's it called? The things that you are used to when you are able to easily do stuff, And so that personal development is unmatched. I think for me, having the chance to do, I came from Ghana to the US, but no, it didn't do nothing because I came from my parents, okay? But when I went to China, oh my God, that was like the what's it called? The crazy development that I gained as an individual. And this program, the kid being able to really stay away for that short period, you might think it was a short time, but it really transformed them in their view of thinking and stuff like that. And then global awareness. So we expose them not only to what issues here in America, there's a lot going on in our nation, but also they get to see that there's other things happening outside of the United States, right? And then future connections. Our program, what makes it really exciting is that we match our students. Our US students have pals that are also Ghanaians, and they are high school students, right? So from the airports, the Ghana kids will come and welcome their Ghana friends, the American friends at the airport, which I'll show pictures and all that stuff very soon to you guys. And from there, in the bars, at lunchtime, breakfast, dinner, they are talking, asking questions about Ghana, even in America and stuff like that. We also do debrief at the end of every session where the American have their point of view, and then also the Ghanaians will have also their point of view. And you might be amazed that many of the Ghanaian kids, this is their first time learning about the history of even slave trade and all that stuff they are learning it alongside the American kids. So everybody's mind blown because we don't learn the history of the slave trade the way that even in America is taught. I grew up in Ghana, and the only time I remember they talking about the slave trade, they did a triangle. I always tell people, like, when you get mad at Africans, it's not even their fault because it's the ignorance is so high. It's not even funny. It's like they did a triangle and they said that what transatlantic slave trade, and they gave some whatever it was, like I would say probably like a day or an hour or probably like I don't know how to explain session. It wasn't detailed. They talk about the casualty, none of those things. And so the average Ghanaian kids that join our program, many of them are coming from the rural areas. It will be their first time even having going to the hotel. It will be their first time sitting at a restaurant to order food with the American kids. So they are also being exposed to a different part of Ghana that they have never experienced before. And so that is that. Any questions for me or concerns? So I would say the question is who are our audience, right? So this program is open to high school students who are residents of Maryland, Baltimore County and Carroll County. That is what I can say for now. We've had some people reach out of Maryland, like we have some people from New York and stuff that are reached out. Yes, we will review on a case-to-case basis, but the first priority is for our Baltimore and Carroll County student. But if the person is in Maryland, yes, they have another upper hand. But for us, it's like we are more focused because that's where most of our cases come from. And it's open to both US citizens and residents, high school GPA 2.5 and above. Participants can be at least 14 years of age by the program start date. And when we say 14, we are hoping that the person is in down their ninth grade program. They are down with their ninth grade program. And then the summer before they enter the 10th grade year, they are ready to join and stuff like that. Parent educators are welcome. Not all that. That one too, we review case by case. Last year we had one adult, I said, what can I say? This summer and one adult. And so the team is reevaluating whether we want parents to really join or adults to really join, because as much as we want to cater to the adult, the focus for me, I always say I have the grace for children. The focus for me is for more for the students and the kids. So we will review based on what you are doing now to determine if we want an educator to join and stuff like that. So that's that. And so what's it called? Phase one is our program registration. Phase two will be orientation, which is going to be in Maryland. Phase three is being in Ghana. Phase four is post program, and it all depends. Sometimes when we come back, the kids are really exhausted. So we are gonna always determine based on program over program. This year, our kids came back and they had the summer program, or the summer internship program, right? So we couldn't really bring them back because they already had their schedule packed. But if they are available, we will do a program reflection. But we did one in Ghana before we came back, and then post-program engagement. That one too, we are building our alumni base where if there's any other programs available, they can tap into. We have one parent that asks, are we going anywhere else apart from Ghana? The next destination that we're going to add will be either Jamaica or China. Yes, I love the Caribbean. When you go to the Caribbean, when you're an African and go to the Caribbean, you realize that we are not that different. So the next phase will be EBI adding the Jamaica, because we have a college professor from Morgan State that is working with us to add Jamaica. And then of course I've been to China, so I like to take my kids to places that I'm very comfortable at all with. So that's why we will get, but for now we are focusing on Ghana because that's where I'm from. I can deal with the people when I take the kids, and that's the reason why we have chosen to take the kids to Ghana. And then we will add other destinations as we grow and stuff like that. So the program fees is 2,800. This year when we went, we were privileged to get a grant. And unfortunately, the amount of grants we have applied, we have not received anything, any good response, as we all can testify about the climate of what is going on in our nation. And so the team is still working and still praying and believing God. Trust me, like the prayer we are praying and fasting, I'm not even trying to over exaggerate, praying that God makes a way for these kids. But until then, the program fee is going to be 2,800, and the reason is last year was 4,700. This year we have taken the flights. We are not the participants will be required. So the program covers the program fees, pre-departure orientation, airport transfer to and from the hotel and hostel, which is like whilst we are in Ghana, accommodation, breakfast, lunch, and dinner while in Ghana, local transportation. I guess I probably put it for to and from scheduled daily activities, entrance to cultural site, guides and drivers and all that stuff. That's what it covers. And then what is excluded is the individual passport, visa to Ghana, round trip airfare from BWI to DC, and then immunization requirements such as yellow fever, travel insurance, and pocket money and stuff like that. And the reason being is that this year we lost over $6,000 because some of the students canceled the trip last minute, and it was an unfortunate, what's it called, expense because in my what's it called, my I just love kids, and I love to see our kids really being exposed. And so I wasn't even thinking about will somebody cancel because the way they show that excitement and interest in it, the last minute some of them were like, "Oh, Trump said something and this and that in Africa," and it was just on. There was no need for me to lose that kind of money. And so the team have sat down and decided that we will not handle the flights so that the parents and the grown-ups can handle that because it hurts to really spend that much money and then end up losing it because United is not budging. And so we want to handle that. And then on top of it, too, how do I say this? The bulk of our program, what's it called? The crazy part about Ghana, I think I will let Mr. Sam and Tony on our team to talk. Miss Abina can even share a little bit. It's the way they are living there, it's not even funny. When I say it's not funny, it's like you might say, oh, when you exchange the money, you get more, right? But the people have been strategic in making sure that they charge the city's equivalent in the dollar. So, like, there's no wiggle room to say that I don't even know. I think I'll let Tony and Mr. Sam talk. This year, it was Tony who billed us. We ended up overspending. It was crazy. So it was Tony who billed us. And so we say this to say that we are going to try and minimize this cost. But until we get some support financially, we cannot promise that. And so that is that. EBI will be covering some of these programs. They like the actual pricing is like 3,000 something just to be in Ghana for that duration. Hotels is another crazy stuff, but food is one of the expensive thing to do in Ghana for whatever odd reason. Food is very expensive, and so many of our funding ended up going to food, especially during lunch. So we are working on finding different ways to calm down the pricing, but for now, where this is how much per student or per person, and then whatever difference EBI will cover based on where we go from there. So that is that. Any questions or concerns from here? And I said we have a passport program. And so if the student apply to our passport program, yes, they can get their passport covered, right? But many times people wait to the last minute and stuff like that. And so we don't want to overburden ourselves. You have to have a passport, like let's say by March of 2026, you have to have a passport. So if you don't have a passport right now, this is the time that you put it in. You put in your passport as soon as possible. Mrs. Ryan.
Letitia, when does the payment have to be made by?
So the payments, we try to get it by May. How do I say it? We need like, let's say 60-70% of the money by March, and then you can pay the rest by May. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just trying to break it down.
Okay.
I'm of the layaway generation, so I need to know. Give me the
You are
total cost,
so
and then let's break
funny.
it down by how much month. So
Do they
that
still
that
do
will
that
help.
layaway stuff? Because I probably need
Yeah,
to look into
they
it.
do
Yeah,
delayed pay.
I
Like
was
they
about
have
to
all
say
this
I'm a layaway
delayed
person
payment
too.
stuff. Yeah, so I just want to, like, when I'm talking to families, because people ask us all the time about the experience and things. for me, the rich programming that Kaylin and Logan were able to experience with you all, even though them as American teenagers, they don't fully realize what they were able to participate in and benefit from. I am from an educator lens, and when I'm talking to parents and families about this opportunity, I'm creating the value for them and helping them see how it's possible, not necessarily being closed-minded about the price. So that's why I'm asking. And honestly, the price with everything that you include in the trip, that you didn't mention the naming ceremony, and I mean, there are so many rich nuanced things that they were able to participate in. This 2,800 is not, I don't feel is excessive. I'm glad that we were, and I am also, Dr. Ryan and I talked about, doing some grant writing and collaboration on an education tip to get and assist with getting funding, that we were able to benefit from with the Two Fly Foundation, um, through, so that Kaylin and them were able to participate in. But even that, even the additional cost to cover the immunization and the passport, and the visa that they had to get. Again, it didn't, like, I'm excited for the opportunity, and that other people are considering it. So I don't want you to undersell what you're offering.
Thank you.
You are offering something very rich here, and that our American children really could benefit from. So I want to make sure that I'm saying the right things and showing people what's possible.
Thank you. Yeah, how do I say this? We don't just say, oh, you apply and then we'll see you when it's time for departure. We have a WhatsApp group, we have a Google Classroom, everything that you need. I will send reminders, like even when it comes to immunization, the yellow fever, Mrs. Ryan will tell you it wasn't that complicated. I'm telling you, I would say she's crazy. She's funny. She went to DC to drop her visa application. I'm like, oh my God, like just put it in the mail. But she drove to Gettysburg and she sent it out there. And we have people on the at the embassy that we can, like, we've built that connection that we will go over even application for the visa. We will sit down on a Zoom and then we will apply together and then send you what's it called, a template of, if you're not able to even join, a template of what to answer, all the questions and stuff like that. So we understand how traveling can be very frustrating, and that limits our kids from really being exposed, because any little glitch, that people just cower or they stop the process. And so we try to make it as simplified and as enjoyable as possible for the program. So that, and then,
I have
so
a
this year,
question.
uh-huh.
So I know because we had spoke before over the phone. So how far in advance? Because I know just because they fill out the application does not mean that they're going to be chosen to go. So how far in advance will they know if they are actually picked before? Because I see a cost and I'm like, okay, let me start looking for flights. Let me start doing this. So I just want to know how far in advance will we know that she's been picked?
So like I was saying, I just came from Ghana. So I know you put in the application. The first thing is that we're going to have an interview with the students just to see where they stand. And my goal is to deliver or give the kid the best experience as possible. And so even during the orientation, I get the privilege to get to know them. I remember getting to know about Logan and how she loves to dance and stuff like that. Those little things it will help me to relate with our students. And so the orientation, also got the interview part, is where after that we will make a decision whether this student is ready, because we need a little bit, see a little bit of maturity somewhere. We don't want, and I share with my students, some years ago when we went to China, they were talking about how someone that had did a study, but this was a college student, okay? The person tried to jump a wall that had the spike metals, and his his thighs went to sank deep inside the metal. I don't know how to explain. It was that bad. Like the crazy things that kids do overseas. So we try to talk with them to see where they are mindset wise, and then we will bring them on. Because if the person doesn't like to follow instructions, doesn't want to listen and all that stuff, then we don't want that kind of person with us. Because I want to be able to take your kid to Ghana and bring their kid back home safely. And that's always my prayer, that God, this is people's children, take us and bring us back safely. But sometimes some things can be avoided if we get to know what kind of person that we are working with. So I'm gonna reach out, and then we can have a Zoom chat with the family and your child, and then we can go from there. Does that work?
Yes, that works. Thank you.
Okay. So the other thing is this year is gonna be, that's in this year, next year it's gonna be so fun. I don't know how to explain. If you have a business that you want to be in Ghana with us, like please, we're looking for sponsors, partners, and like anybody down, and not like anybody, but we're looking for strategic people to really help be with us. So we are hosting a global Young Innovators Team Fest. And this is why we added that extra days for our Ghana program, because our US kids will get a chance to come home with some community service hours while they are in Ghana, because we are hosting this program. Let me see if I can exit my screen. So hold up. Let me. Okay, so we are hosting this program Saturday, July 11th, right, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's like having a STEM fest in Baltimore, but this is going to be done in Ghana. And so if our US kids have like a project that they want to present, they will have the chance to do that. They will also have a chance to see and be a witness to other innovative stuff that other kids are also working on in Ghana, to really encourage them to see that innovation is not only America or Baltimore based or even individual based, but it's a global phenomenon that everybody is trying to find ways to what be an answer to the issues that the world is going or facing. And so that is that. And so we have a competition that the kids are going to submit, and it's going to be based on sustainable agriculture and food security, renewable energy, waste management, clean waste, clean water and sanitation, creative industries and digital solution, security and safety innovation, transportation and infrastructure. So kids or the youth are going to be able to present any of these projects that they want to have audience or also be voted for, and then they can win prizes of that. We're gonna have like a health screening. It's like a multi-day of fun. Let me see if I can, how do I exit here? Go back here, and then let me, I was looking for, okay, so what is it? GY, okay. So, okay. So it's gonna be a day of, where is it? Okay. So competition, live performance, interactive workshop. So if any of you guys want to even have a host a workshop in Ghana, we are going to be sending out information about it, exhibition of all the amazing things that falls under science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. And then we have food and food trucks out there and stuff like that. It's gonna be in the Eastern region. And then that Wednesday, which is July, no, July 8th or so, I
Eight,
forgot.
yeah, July 8th.
Okay, we're gonna have executive dinner in Accra, where we get to talk with stakeholders to let them know about what we have been up to in Ghana all these years and stuff like that. So this is just a way to really solidify our presence. And we do this for our American kids and also Ghana kids, that when our American kids go to Ghana, you want soda?
What's my soda?
I don't have a soda for you.
What's mine?
I'm coming. Let me finish. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So when they are in Ghana, they are being supported, and then in the future, if God opens the door for the Ghanaian kids to come here too, they also have a place here in America or Baltimore, Carroll for that. So that is that. We are looking for what's it called, volunteers, like when you come here. So get involved. So we're looking for volunteers to be reviewers, to review projects, and also mentors. And these are all done virtually. And then the day of event too, we are looking for that. So this is just to let you know that this year, 2026 Study Abroad program is going to be packed with amazing opportunities for our US students to really see what it takes to be Ghanaian or African and stuff like that. So that is that. And let me go back to my presentation. So somebody like why local study abroad program? So it says that I want to just make it bigger. So hold on. Let me present so you understand why we do what we do. So only 2% of US high school students participate in study abroad program each year. And with whatever is going on in our climate or anything right now, it's going to even be lower, right? And so we are trying to change that dynamic. We want to add more. Then on top of it, more than a third of the world's young population by 2050 are going to be Africans, okay? So by 2050, 1 in 4 people on the planet, in the world are going to be Africans. How are we getting our kids ready for that? 1 in 4 people on the planet by 2050 are going to be Africans. And so the workplace is very diverse. It's not what's it called, all American people in the workplace. It is people from all walks of life. So this is how we are preparing our youth for life after college, for their career, life after high school, for their careers and stuff like that. This is one of the reasons why we are doing what we are doing in Ghana and also in the United States to really allow our youth to be ready when it comes to business, partnership, collaboration, innovation, all that stuff. Like you have a pal in Ghana, you can really talk to and work with on different projects and stuff like that. And I don't know about you guys, like Ghana, they will tell you that Ghana is number 3 globally in gold, producing gold. And so with all that wealth in Africa, why are we not tapping into it? And so that's why we want to allow our youth to start really thinking about business ideas and stuff in Africa. And of course, here in what's it called? We have over 1 million international US students that come to the US or to study, right? And then we have just 162 US students that study abroad while they are in college. The numbers don't add up. We understand that since there's a change of government, this number might have really reduced. But in the past, this is how much people were coming here to learn more about us. And this is how much we were going there to learn more about them. It's not reciprocal. And so that's why we want to increase the amount of Americans that know about the world beyond the United States. And for Maryland, this was 2022 fact sheets. 19,000 international students were coming here, but then this is how much Maryland students were going overseas. Only 3,000, right? So we want to increase that. We want to change that. And see, many of them come to Hopkins, University of Maryland, College Park, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Montgomery College does a good job hosting international students. Maryland Institute of College of Arts also. The number of students that are enrolled, and then when you see their place of origin, this is where they are coming from. And so as much as they are coming to learn about us and helping build their business and their empire, we also want to encourage our kids to learn about them. That's the main thing. And so many times when people study abroad or travel, our adults can testify many times they are going to what? UK, Italy, Spain. That's majority of them. They're always going to UK, the European countries and stuff like that. But it's like, what happened to this place? there's a whole lot of wealth over here that we are not tapping into. And so we want to change that and just put our mindset that what there is money, capital, financial gain, everything that can be made from here and stuff like that. So that's why EBI is focusing on that. Then the percentage of US study abroad students by race and ethnicity. So as you can tell, this number is not looking good. 13, this is the amount of people that enroll, and then only 4% are doing the study abroad. And then we have the Asian, Hispanic, 10%, Caucasians, 68%, right? And so we say this to say that when we do high school, some people say, why don't you focus on college students? It's easier. Yeah, honestly, it's easier because the college students, they want to do all this program and stuff. But I believe that when we start them younger, right, they are in high school, it will give them a world view about even going to college or something else, but at least it will prepare them for a better future. And so that's why we start in high school so that they can really it will help them build their career and also encourage them to do more for themselves and to see that, wow, I thought the US was really terrible, but I went here and I saw that whatever is happening over there is not as good as I thought it was that bad here. We've had kids in Kibera, Baltimore, Ghana meet up and chat, and they learn that, wow, we are tired of the government involved in our business here in the US. And then the kids in Kibera and Ghana, like, there's nobody coming, there's no government interventions or programs and stuff like that. And so these things allow our youth to see the privilege that they have to even be in Baltimore, in Maryland, in the US. And then, of course, it will help them to find themselves, build themselves up to really see that they have potential in whatever craziness that we find ourselves in our world, in our community and society. So that's why we do this. And of course, a quality education is a global education. And many of our schools or education system doesn't really tap into that. And so this is why we are really crazy about it. And so from the US study abroad, from the US data, US study abroad contribute to what? Student success, higher graduation rates, a 4-year graduation rate or 18% higher. They gain higher GPA, and what studying abroad has been shown to increase student GPA, and of course more employable also because you can really talk, engage with anybody out there where you can talk about your overseas experience. Like, hey, I'm not just here. I didn't just grow up in Baltimore and I grew up, like, my life is more diverse, and that even allowed to open more doors, like I share with you guys. So this is just a little bit about why we do what we do. So we say that in the global economy, the world knows about America, but America does not know the world. And that's why we do what we are doing. So I'm going to end here. And if anybody have any questions, any suggestions, right now, my biggest thing is to raise money for my babies. Like, I wish we didn't have to ask you guys to pay that amount of money. And so any resources that you can help us to tap into, we'll be very, very grateful. Any questions, concerns? Mr. Sam, you have anything to add? Mr. Sam is one of our team leaders in Ghana, and he was with us throughout the whole trip. He was the, what's it called, mediator, all those stuff. He what's it called? Let me see. I'm gonna show some of the pictures from Ghana. Wait, how do I even go back? He was a mediator and all that stuff. Can I open in a new tab? So this is some of our itinerary, and it's about Miss Lady Abena, you can talk, please.
Thank you, Letitia. Thank you, everyone. So I just wanted to say great job, really, on everything that you're doing. And I didn't want to share anything because I didn't want to sound biased because I'm from Ghana too. But I think it's important to share that Ghana has gained a lot of visibility now. And I would say because of so many reasons, right? There is stability in that country. You can trace the history back. I don't know, that's the only African country that we were born in that we've never heard of any wars or any instability. and all that. There is steadiness, there is the government part very, very involved. There are good relations with the US. So I don't think you need a lot of convincing. But as a typical Ghanaian, you cannot go to Ghana with $2,800, just so you know.
Mhm.
So I think that's a very gracious, super gracious amount. I agree with the lady that spoke that it's really not a whole lot compared to what it will cost a Ghanaian like me to travel home for 3 weeks. That's probably what you spend in a week, literally. But the things are also in terms of economic conditions. Ghana is literally matching US market in terms of cost and prices. So it's a lot of opportunity here to have your children experience something. Then there's so many. I think the US has the largest embassy in Ghana in all of Africa.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about security and all of that. The US has the Africa operation in Ghana. So at least it gives you all some comfort and some peace when you're talking to other people who want their children to go. So Letitia, what I think I can offer would be, maybe we have a one-on-one conversation, kind of just look at your whole itinerary and just offer some costs. So cost measures, things
Yeah.
to keep down the cost, because being on travel with a bunch of kids and going out of money is a huge situation. So
Yeah.
we would have some
you think it's a funny.
recommendations. Yeah, at least some of us have a bit of expertise in that field of travel and tourism and all of that, and working with different, hospitality stuff. So we can share some cost-effective measures to make sure that you guys don't go broke on a 21-day trip again, and
Yes, we need
make
that.
sure you still have a great quality of time and quality of life over there in Ghana. So we'll talk some more.
Thank you. So
Sure.
just a few pictures. What I'm seeing, what is it? Okay, so trying to, I think. Can I make it okay?
Oh,
Food.
and I just also wanted to share that I was born and raised in Ghana. I went to college in Ghana, high school, and everything there. So,
She
just to
knows.
add that,
She knows.
just to add that.
Yeah, some of the
Yeah.
food that the kids get to eat and stuff like that, we have like the chance for them to eat local cuisines. What I learned is that when a kid get home sick, they will not want to be all about Ghana dishes, right? And so we cannot be like, oh, if you're not gonna eat, no. So we still find ways to cater to them. Whether the food that we cook for dinner was not something that they like, I always find. And what's it called? Logan and Killian will say, I had a whole bunch of snack, whatever it is. In the morning, they don't get to eat breakfast. There's something in the car for them to be able to still munch on and stuff like that. And I will say, I have grace for kids. If it was a grown up, I wouldn't care, but it's a baby, so I do. so, so this is just a few of the pictures and just allowing them to immerse themselves. And he found out about the campus, and so she was really like, yeah, the Ruby Boys Center. Just a little bit. We had a chocolate making class because you cannot be in Ghana and not really get to experience chocolate making and stuff like that. So they had a custom chocolate made, and then they just. But next year, with a trip, with an event and stuff like that, they'll also get to talk with other political leaders in Ghana. And we are looking to even see if we can take them to the what's it called, equivalent to Ghana, US White House, or the Ghana what do they call it, Mr. Sam? The this is one of our Ghana students. See how she's fine. She's not faking. She's her first time doing this.
Go faster. Go faster.
I told you my kids are funny. They will crack you up. But this is how the whole PAL situation. We have our Ghana student and our US student just connecting and stuff like that. And so that's just a little bit about, and of course, a typical Ghana restaurant that we will take your child to just experience a little bit of a different view. And we take them to, they're not just the surface. Well, I always, when somebody comes to Baltimore, they're gonna be at the inner harbor. They will not really get deep in Baltimore. We take them to the deep Ghana. We don't, we do, how do I say this? We do a little bit of the surface or what's called the bougie stuff, but they also, we went to visit the orphanage place, and so the kids were performing for them and stuff like that. And our US kids went to the store, bought those items, and then went and donated to these kids. That's how much we involve them in all the stuff that we do in Ghana. And of course, and I get to learn about African spirituality, before slavery and all that stuff. And yeah. And if anybody have heard about the Naya Santua, this is her old castle before she was exiled. And so we went there and they got to learn about what it means to be Black girl magic before even we knew about Black girl magic and stuff like that. So there's a Ghana dish that if they want to eat, they will have a chance to try and stuff like that. And we get to go to the market and all those things. And I'm trying to see when we went to, and then we visit our EBI centers when they have the chance to really go and hang out with the other kids and stuff like that. So they are not just, oh, we are touring, but they are really connecting with the locals more intimately in a way that it's not. And what's it called? We had the traditional naming ceremony and stuff, and how the kente cloth is being done, the history behind it, and how it is being named, and how they even count the names and the symbols and stuff like that. They get to learn all those stuff. So I'm gonna end here at 7:03. If anybody have any questions for me and stuff like that. Oh, Tony and Mr. Sam have anything to add? Okay. So if nothing, the link to apply is here. Let me see. I will put it on right here. Let me put in the chat. And when we get your application, the next thing is to do what's it called? An interview. And it's not nothing crazy. It's just to build that connection from there. And then we will have a schedule for our, what's it called? Orientations and all those things. And then as soon as the person's admitted to the program and stuff like that, then they will be able to, what's it called? Get all the required documents. And then they can start, and everyone don't have a deadline. So it's not like I'm asking you to give me one thing like today or tomorrow. Like I give you, like Mrs. Ryan will let you know, I break it down for every due date and stuff like that. So it's not overwhelming. Yeah.
And I just want to add again, Letitia, that this is an educational experience as well as a travel experience. I really appreciated, like from a parent seat, I appreciated all of the pre-work that was done to get the kids prepared for just learning about the continent, travel, the fact that they got to connect with other high schoolers that were that are native to Ghana was an enriched experience. And I don't think that my 15-year-old was she's mature enough for the trip, but she's not at the point where she really can truly appreciate what she got to experience again. And so I'm excited about, just helping you continue to grow this, whatever you need from the Ryan Institute and or myself or Dr. Ryan in terms of, testimony and things about the rich experience that we had with EBI. we're willing to do it.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Ryan. Yeah, one thing about what's it called? This kind of experience is priceless, and you might think like, oh, my kid didn't really experience whatever they did. Like you don't know, they did. Right now, they might not really show emotions and stuff. It will be right after college, and it's what's it called? It's been active. It will be activated little by little, little by little, and then they're like, oh my God, like we were here, we went to here, like one of the places that we went, I cried, and I'm like I don't want to come here again. I couldn't contain myself, and one of our students talked about having an encounter when we went to a slave castle. Like it's more spiritual. I don't know how to explain, but the kids they they get it. It's like little by little, it will just keep on being activated little by little as they keep growing and stuff like that. Yeah. So Miss Monta Chantrice, I would say that there is not that much. I think everything is here. As soon as we get your application, then we will have the interview, and then from there we will add you to the WhatsApp group and also add you to the Google Classroom, and then all the requirement that you need to submit, it will be available. And we try, how do I say this? We need to know you have your ticket by March to know that you are really coming with us. Yeah. We don't want a situation whereby we are planning and we are not admitting other students and thinking that you are coming, and then whatever happened this year, what was it around like what May? Then I realized that people are like, they are not coming. I'm like, whoa. Life happens. We know life happens, and we are praying every day for God to continue to make a way to make everything successful. We understand things happen, but we want to know that the student is able to come with us. What's it called? Showing their ticket and everything, and committed by March. We had one student dropped out because she said it was her senior year and she's gonna miss her friends. I'm like, I understand that, but so from December, January, February, March, April, May, you didn't know that, So we want to make sure that the kids and everybody, they are really serious, that they just like, we are putting in a lot of work to make this thing happen for them. And so we don't want to burn their energy and not be able to yield the result for the kids and stuff like that. So by March, yeah.
Good evening. I'm sorry to interrupt. My name is Nicole Glenn. That question, I'm actually under Chantrice Montague's link.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
And I wanted to, I don't know how to, I didn't know what I needed to do to submit my information so that way I could receive, notification via email.
Yeah, so when you come here, and if you have already submitted, then I will follow up with you.
No, I haven't submitted anything.
Okay, so when the first step is to show that you are interested in stuff. Yeah, so you submit the forms here, and then on top of it, you have so we have a $50 application fee, and that will go towards the end of what's it called? If it's like, was it 2,500 or so, that $50 will go in the overall fee if you come with us. Yeah. But if you don't come with us, then it's non-refundable.
Okay.
Yes.
So when we end the meeting, I should go ahead and jump on the link that you just put in the chat and pay for the $50 application fee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Letitia, can you put the slide up that shows the breakdown of what all is included?
Oh, okay. Let me. This one. Okay. And I think it's this. No.
And while that's happening, Mrs. Ryan, this is Nicole from Rowers with Kennedy Glenn. Just for clarification, your daughter did attend this trip last year?
Yes, her and Rower Logan went
Okay,
last
okay.
year. Yep.
And they really enjoyed it. It was, even though I know what you had just explained about being able to appreciate the depth of I would say like the history and culture. Do you you definitely see them possibly applying and going forward again this coming year?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I can't speak for Logan, but for Kaylin, I'm looking to attend this year as well.
Oh,
From the
okay.
educators perspective. Um, I'm not sure about Kaylin because we're still applying to other summer programs for her.
Okay. Okay.
But yes, this was part of her lineup for last summer, and again, it was a powerful experience for them both.
So what I hear is that you may be there.
Yes, I may be there.
We will apply.
Okay.
Thank you.
Where did I put this? I lost it already. Okay, let me put it here. So here, sorry, I can't find it, but this is what the fees include. Yeah.
So
And one
you're
more
gonna give us
question.
the flight, Letitia? Like
What
we need to
happened?
do our own flight this time
Yes,
around?
yes.
Okay.
Like
And
I can tell, we can have a chat and say, for me, I was even telling Lady Abina, like I do United because it's a direct flight from DC to Ghana. And the reason why we do direct is because when you are traveling with kids, you don't want any stopovers and stuff to overwhelm them. But if a kid have done that before, some of our kids is their first time traveling, their first time with having even a US passport and stuff. So we don't want them to be overwhelmed. So we try to do straight from DC straight to Ghana. And so, but I can share with you the flight information and all that stuff when a student has been approved, and then they can go ahead and book their flight from there. And
do you have somebody that you work? Well, we'll talk offline, and then
okay,
we'll kind of figure it out. But yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And then one more question. What exactly are you looking for in the interview? What type of things should or advice do you have for the girls to prepare?
Oh, nothing, just to say hello. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't do anything complicated. I don't know how to explain. I don't. I just want to when somebody is right, your spirit will tell you. I don't know how to explain. I just when somebody is the right fit, I know. I don't know how to explain. It sounds weird, but I know.
That's the Holy Spirit and that's your intuition. No, no
Yes.
need, no need.
So nothing complicated, just to find out how school is going and all that stuff and what they're looking forward to about like summertime and what they enjoy about life or school or their curriculum and stuff like that. Yeah. So if nothing, I'm gonna put my number in the chat also, so that if there is anything that pops up, please, you can text me. 256. Okay. And then this is the EBI number 2, which you can also text. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know, Tony, have anything to add? Probably he's over there with so many loud noise at his background. Yeah. Nice. So let me stop my screen sharing. So thank you, family, for this. I'm excited, and I look forward to us working together. For anyone that is open for us to right. Oh God. Anyway, for anyone that's excited, that is interested in us taking their case to Ghana, I look forward to that lifelong experience and also partnership between us and the parents. So thank you so much. If there's nothing. Okay. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a